in 20 years won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Winfrey, Tyler Perry, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. So everybody that Katt sat right here and told you about, everything he was saying was on the up and up. No one's saying he's lying. I can't wait to see your next interviews with those people.
They ain't coming on now, Mo.
Over the past several weeks, online conversations have been nonstop following comedian Katt Williams' blunt remarks about what he believes goes on behind the scenes in Hollywood. His statements triggered strong reactions, particularly after he openly named powerful figures like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and Sean Diddy Combs. Oprah, especially, has long been a lightning rod for controversy. Over the years, her name has repeatedly surfaced near major scandals, often appearing close to explosive revelations either shortly before or soon after they become public. This recurring proximity has fueled suspicion, speculation, and heated debate among critics and audiences alike.
Completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay. When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through, and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah, we hear those stories.
And it always happens around the time of their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put.
Oprah Winfrey has also been linked, socially or professionally, to several high-profile men who were later exposed for serious criminal behavior. Among those names are Harvey Weinstein, Sean Diddy Combs, and Jeffrey Epstein. Because of these associations, many people have begun asking uncomfortable questions about how close Oprah actually was to these figures. Her relationship with Harvey Weinstein has drawn particular scrutiny. The two reportedly shared a long-standing friendship, and multiple accounts suggest Weinstein used that connection to bolster his credibility. Actress Katie Noble claimed Weinstein leveraged Oprah's presence to appear trustworthy, stating that he used the image of Oprah beside him to convince her he was safe. According to Entertainment Weekly, this incident is part of why comedian M. Monique has accused Oprah of hypocrisy.
I do see quite a few pictures with Oprah and Harvey. And now you hear her speak about what he did was horrible and terrible, but everybody knew it.
Everybody knew it.
So were you telling me you were that blind that you just didn't know it? And now I gotta push your ass off the ship because now they know what you did. But if I knew it, you mean to tell me you didn't? So when we start jumping up and down because of a speech that says me too, I understand it. And emotions got to moving, and emotions got charged up, and everybody was saying, yeah. But me too, Miss Winfrey. Because when you'll sit back and you'll let your silence said everything. I'll watch you drown, and I won't say anything. But then I'll get up on a stage in front of the world, and I'll say, speak out.
When Weinstein's crimes were finally exposed, Oprah publicly distanced herself from him. Critics, however, argue that she never fully addressed the true extent of their relationship or clarified how deeply connected they were. Instead, she issued a statement that many felt redirected attention away from Weinstein's actions. Speaking to CBS News, Oprah said, "If we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment." To many observers, that comment appeared to shift the focus away from the victims and toward a broader discussion, one that also helped preserve Oprah's public image. Some felt she was positioning herself once again as a moral authority. Though this time, not everyone was persuaded.
McGowan has put Oprah on blast.
He seemingly suggested in the caption that Oprah knew the Hollywood producer was mistreating women.
He took hold of me and stood me in front of the mirror. And he's like touching me, rubbing me, and he's like, just relax.
And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment.
Oprah Winfrey will do anything to defend her powerful friends, even when her friends, like Harvey Weinstein, are complete monsters. She was there while he took advantage of hundreds of women. Harvey even used his friendship with Oprah to trap victims. But Oprah didn't stop it, and she sat on the sidelines and maybe even provided Harvey with additional victims. This is a sick situation and a twisted friendship. So let's get into it. Oprah Winfrey has built a reputation for herself, but it hasn't been able to withstand the test of time. And that's her own fault because her behavior does not align with what she preaches. And today I want to talk a little bit about Harvey Weinstein. I feel like that name is so triggering because he's essentially what kicked off the Me Too movement because he's a sick man that Oprah, for whatever reason, continues to support. And it's because these two go way back in time. They've had a professional relationship that stretches back 2 decades. There are many photos of her kissing and hugging Harvey Weinstein at ceremonies.
Weinstein was not the only controversial figure whose name has been linked to Oprah Winfrey. Reports have claimed that she attended parties hosted by Diddy, and her name has been reported to appear multiple times, specifically 5, in documents connected to the Epstein trial. These repeated associations have led critics to question how often Oprah found herself in close proximity to powerful men who were later accused or convicted of deeply troubling behavior. While no legal wrongdoing has been proven against her, skeptics argue that the pattern alone raises serious concerns.
Released a book where he's published letters that he's received over the years. One of your letters is front and center.
I heard about that.
Okay, back in 2000, you wrote him, "Too bad we're not running for office. What a team."
I think he'd written a book and said that he wanted me to be his running mate.
If he decided to run.
If he decided to run. And when I heard that this letter is now going to be a part of a book, I thought, oh, wasn't that nice of me to write a note? That's what I thought. Because I'm always like, oh, I should write a note. The person did this, or I should write a note. So I'm really happy that I wrote a note.
Yeah, it just shows you have good manners, but you're not thinking you and Donald Trump would be a team.
No.
You weren't thinking it
I might have thought it back then. I might have thought it 23 years ago. Yes.
Are you thinking that today?
No, I'm not thinking.
Okay.
Another major controversy associated with Oprah centers on her school in South Africa, the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls. The institution was founded to provide a safe, supportive, and empowering environment for underprivileged girls in grades 8 through 12. However, serious allegations later emerged. Several students accused a dormitory matron, Virginia Makopo, of abuse and sexual assault. According to Reuters, Makopo was arrested in November 2007 and later released on bail while authorities continued their investigation.
Now that she knows we're on to her, hundreds of videos of evidence are being scrubbed from the internet.
For years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened.
Over the weekend, hundreds of mutilated child corpses have been uncovered at Oprah Winfrey's elite-funded school for girls in Africa. Authorities believe the victims were part of ritualistic sacrifices and human trafficking. What was advertised globally as a transformational academy for disadvantaged African girls has now become the center for an unfolding horror story. In a dense stretch of forest near the grounds of Oprah Winfrey's South African school, local police and humanitarian volunteers uncovered a mass unmarked gravesite filled with the mutilated bodies of over 300 children. Many of the skeletal remains showed signs of ritualistic markings, incisions, and post-mortem abuse. Officials working the case were quoted as saying, "These are not natural deaths. These are not accidents." Forensic teams described repeated trauma patterns consistent with sacrificial rites, not warfare or disease. Some remains were missing vital organs, while others were bound, beheaded, or dismembered.
In the aftermath, Oprah became involved in a lawsuit filed by the school's former headmistress, Lorado Nomio Zaman. Zaman claimed Oprah defamed her by suggesting she had helped conceal the abuse allegations. CNN reported that the lawsuit was ultimately settled out of court before reaching trial. Despite this resolution, controversy surrounding the academy persisted. Online rumors began circulating that girls from the school had gone missing. Old video clips also resurfaced, showing Oprah making remarks that many viewers later described as unsettling or inappropriate. Eventually, Oprah addressed viral claims accusing her of being arrested for sex trafficking. After discovering her name trending online, she responded directly on Twitter, writing asterisk, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world." Stay safe.
Like we put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates.
Katt Williams went on to criticize Tyler Perry's approach to casting, arguing that Perry frequently assigns male actors to roles that portray them in humiliating or degrading ways for the sake of comedy or shock value. According to Katt, these roles often come with unspoken pressure and very little creative control, leaving actors boxed into narrow, limiting stereotypes. He claimed that rather than expanding opportunities and uplifting a broad range of talent, Perry repeatedly relies on the same small group of performers, while many others struggle to gain real traction. Katt questioned why, if Perry truly represents and speaks for certain communities, more people from those communities are not being meaningfully elevated and given long-term career opportunities.
Would has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actors should.
Katt then redirected his criticism back toward Oprah Winfrey. He stated that both Oprah and Tyler Perry strongly resist being labeled as gatekeepers. Yet in his opinion, that label accurately reflects the power they wield in the entertainment industry. According to Katt, they quietly influence who succeeds and who is blocked, shaping careers behind the scenes without transparency or accountability. He alleged that while they publicly promote messages of empowerment, they privately protect certain individuals and shut doors on others. After Katt's interview went viral, many online commentators believed Oprah appeared to be engaging in damage control as public scrutiny and criticism intensified.
We were so concerned about what was happening in Maui that we were texting back and forth. And I read this article that Dolly Parton had given money in her community. And I said, I think this is the answer. You said, I think that's the answer.
I said, I love it.
And so we have created the People's Fund of Maui that will put money directly in the hands of the people.
By 2026, as renewed criticism and resurfaced allegations continued circulating around Oprah Winfrey, the public began revisiting older controversies tied to her name. One issue that reemerged involved the devastating wildfires that struck Maui. In 2023, massive fires swept across the Hawaiian island, destroying entire neighborhoods, displacing families, and taking lives. The sheer scale of the disaster stunned people worldwide, leaving communities reduced to ash and survivors facing immense challenges as they attempted to rebuild their lives.
Billionaires that own land in Hawaii, how much do they own and were they affected by the Maui wildfires? Number 1, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg started acquiring his properties over in Hawaii in 2014 and 2017 and spent over $150 million in capital investments. Mark Zuckerberg's estate is located on the island of Kauai, on the northeast side of the island. He owns over 1,412 acres, or 1% of the holdings on Kauai. This shoreline alone is over 10,000 feet, and on premises he has a 57,000 square foot mansion. Zuckerberg created controversy when he built a 6-foot wall around his estate and was rumored to file suits to force land sales. Number 2, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos bought his property in 2021 for $78 million. His property is located on the island of Maui, the most southern area, surrounded by public lands, lava tubes, and is a total of 14 acres, 10,000 square feet of homes, and is one of the highest priced estates for its size. Number 3, Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey has been a part-time resident of Hawaii for over 15 years. Her estate is located on the island of Maui, south of Kula. Many reports state she owns around 1,000 acres, but based off tax records and research, it is over 2,300 acres. She recently purchased 870 acres of that 2,300 acres. These estates' proximity to the Maui wildfires. The wildfires affected over 16,000 acres and are highlighted in red. Oprah Winfrey's property is the closest to these wildfires at 16,000 feet, or roughly.
Oprah has owned a large property known as the Maui Ranch since 2003. Following the fires, she was seen helping distribute supplies and offering assistance to residents affected by the destruction. On the surface, these actions appeared compassionate and supportive. However, online discussions quickly shifted in a different direction. Critics began questioning her long-term land ownership and speculating about the broader implications of wealthy elites holding vast properties in disaster-prone regions. These discussions sparked intense debates across social media, with opinions sharply divided.
Sirens are blaring, traffic is jammed over in Maui as a tsunami approaches them. People are trying to get out and get away from it. Oprah Winfrey actually has a private road from Waileha to Kula that could save so many lives and she could open up. But she will not open it up. She's refusing. There are parents and children trapped in this traffic jam. Regular people who are trying to get away and get to safety. And Oprah will not open up her private road. She's sitting behind a private gate, just safe. At this point, the only thing that the residents can hope for is for it to come a lot later than expected. I think it should literally be a crime against humanity to stop people from getting to safety. I don't know what else could be worse. Sitting there, knowing a tsunami is about to hit you with your family in the back seat, and knowing that a private road cannot be opened, but you could be safe if they would open it. That's absolutely terrifying. It's so sad. I cannot believe that woman has that kind of a heart. How do you...
After addressing Oprah, Katt Williams turned his attention to Diddy. He claimed that for many years, Diddy engaged in deeply disturbing behavior that was either ignored, minimized, or turned into jokes. According to Katt, Diddy allegedly recorded compromising material and collected sensitive information, using it as leverage to control people and ensure their silence. Katt insisted that this behavior was widely known within certain industry circles, but no one was willing to challenge it publicly. He also referenced Gondil, who has made similar claims, suggesting that figures like Oprah and Tyler Perry remain silent about their connections to Diddy because they fear being exposed themselves.
They're not going to come out and speak on nothing. Fashion, you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're It's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that.
When Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy, public interest in Katt Williams' past warnings surged. Cassie alleged that she endured years of abuse while connected to bad boy records, claiming she was controlled, physically harmed, and intentionally prevented from advancing her career. The lawsuit described violent encounters and extremely disturbing situations. Once these allegations became public, many people began re-evaluating Katt's earlier statements. Katt said he had been warning people about Diddy long before the lawsuit, but his claims were dismissed.
Your hand and you just go and throw a little squirt in somebody's drink or whatever, like, cause you ain't definitely putting nothing in nobody's eyes and say, here, take this is gonna make you feel good. They was putting that shit in people's drink. They found drugs in the eye drops. You understand? I still don't know why they took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and didn't find nothing in it, but for you.
Katt explained that earlier criticism of Diddy largely focused on issues such as taking credit for artists' work or underpaying them. In his view, those complaints barely scratched the surface. He argued that the public is only now beginning to understand the darker reality he had been alluding to for years. Katt went on to allege that Diddy's so-called freak-offs were so extreme and disturbing that hotel staff regularly had to perform deep cleaning procedures after his stays due to the condition of the rooms.
I heard they had to do deep
Because I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said, and pimp him out.
Another controversy connected to Oprah involves a Brazilian spiritual healer known as John of God. Oprah featured him on her platform, which significantly increased his visibility, credibility, and global influence. Years later, John of God was accused of sexually abusing people who sought him out for healing. Critics argue that Oprah's endorsement helped legitimize him in the public eye, raising further concerns about her judgment when promoting powerful individuals.
Oprah's former faith healer, known as John the God, was sentenced to an additional 99 years. Back in 2018, several women came forward. And he still to this day denies all the allegations, but let's see what this man has done. Guilty for SAing and abusing over 600 women and young girls. I can't even read this. He also ran a baby trafficking operation where newborn children were sold to childless couples. It is reported that these girls were held captive in Brazilian farms where they were forced to produce babies before being unalived after 10 years of giving birth. An activist said there were women from Europe, the USA, and Australia who bought Brazilian babies for as much as $50,000. I get goosey bumps, and not the good kind of goosebump chills when I read things like that, because a lot of the comments under the section on Twitter are saying, she knew. She knew. And how do you think she became so untouchable and so...
When asked whether he fears being blacklisted again for speaking out, Katt Williams made it clear that he is unconcerned. He stated that exposing lies and confronting wrongdoing matters far more to him than protecting his own career. According to Katt, silence allows corruption to thrive, and he refuses to participate in that system. Many supporters view Katt Williams as a truth teller, someone willing to speak openly regardless of personal consequences, and believe voices like his are the ones that deserve protection the most.